Alright everyone, it's time for the week in review. We'll start with a writing update. It hasn't been an especially good week, but I still managed 30 pages. As far as audiobooks go, I'm still waiting on approval from ACX for The Great Northern War and The Portal Thieves. They're available pretty much everywhere else. The final item of interest is a new manga project I've begun. I hired an artist and she's getting started on character designs and a rough storyboard. I don't have anything to show you yet, but as soon as I do, I'll share it here. I did find 2 funny stories I wanted to share. But first, there's a horrible story I just can't ignore. At this point, I'm sure most of you have seen certain politicians talking about making an enemies list. Basically, these people want to keep anyone that worked with their political enemies from ever getting another job. This is about the worst idea I've ever heard. Whichever side you're on, the idea that if you support the wrong side, you can never work in your chosen profession again, you'll get kicked off the internet and generally turned into a non-person should horrify you. Is that really a precedent we want to set? Would the ones talking about this like it if it was the other way around? Of course they wouldn't. If one side starts it, the other will follow suit, and soon we'll be in a real mess. I think everyone should just cut it out. We really need to move on and try and find a way for the sides to at least learn to live and let live. Either that or the planet needs to get hit by an asteroid so we can have a reset. I certainly know which one I think is more likely. Okay, now for something a little lighter. It's a deer season where I live. It's also deer season in Minnesota, which is where this hunter was stalking a buck around a pond when what should he see but a 3-foot alligator right in front of him. Let me just repeat that in case you missed it. An alligator in Minnesota in November. Yes, it's a true story. If it was fiction, no one would believe it. Anyway, this guy stops, calls the game warden, gets permission, and shoots it. By the way, he also got the buck. You can see them together in the picture. The only thing that could have made this story better is if the man had come from Florida. Can't you just picture the headline? Florida man travels to Minnesota to shoot alligator. Just thinking about it makes me smile. Our second story is the kind of story I needed after the last few weeks. Turns out this company in Rhode Island is building Hobbit Holes. They've got 2 finished and 3 more under construction. They're renting them out for birthday parties and other get-togethers. How cool would that have been when you were a kid to have your birthday party at a Hobbit house? I mean, I was a complete fantasy nerd and I would have loved it. Not that anyone can have a party now, but later, when things get back to normal, I'm sure these will be crazy popular. I hope you guys found these last 2 stories amusing. Goodness knows we could all use a good laugh right about now. I'll talk to you next week. Just a quick reminder that you can find all my books on my website, jamesewisher.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.